Hey there, Flicksters, long time no talk. I've missed you. I hope you've missed me too. In a weird, creepy way where you hide outside of my bushes and you call me on the cell phone and you don't say anything, you just listen to hear me breathe. Am I the only one who's done this? So before I give you the Flickster 5 steps of how to get out of a speeding ticket, I don't even know if there's 5 steps, I actually just made that up. But I am gonna tell you my method of how to get out of speeding tickets. Before I do that, I wanna mention something to you. Something pretty awesome, something pretty epic. How would you like to win a free 2014 Dodge Charger RT?
Hell yeah.
I know I would. I drive a crappy Ford Contour from 2001. Well, with the new movie Ride Along coming out January 17th starring Ice Cube and Kevin Hart, Fandango wants to hook you up with one.
You love Fandango, don't you?
So for your chance to win this awesome car, which by the way, I want one too, click the annotation right here for your chance to win. And yeah, I want one too. I drive a Ford Contour. Like, I can't do anything with that. I can't fight crime in that. So go over to Fandango right now for your chance to win. And if you do win, make sure to pick me up in the car, okay? Just maybe let me drive it every once in a while. I'll be careful. No, I won't. I'll wreck it into a tree.
Oh yeah.
Speeding tickets, they suck ass, I know. I have 22 speeding tickets. Well, not all I have 22 citations. A few of them are for not wearing a seatbelt, and then another one's for jumping over the train tracks when I had a big lifted truck in high school. I thought I was one of the Duke of Hazzard boys. So anyway, unless you look like this chick right here, you can't flirt your way out of this. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to sit there, never admit guilt. You get pulled over, just sit there, play it calm, have your insurance ready, be nice to the police officer, make things go easy, because this is your chance to get out of it on the spot. Odds are you might be able to, you might not be able to, but just be calm, be respectful, and suck up a little bit. Hey, officer, I like your boots. Get out of the car, boy, and he puts a rubber glove on. You're like, fuck, why did I even say that? But odds are, guys like me, they don't get out of speeding tickets. They get the ticket, and what happens is you're supposed to pay the ticket. Well, here's where the process starts. I said there was a 5-step process, which I made up the 5 steps. There might be 5, I'm not sure, but if there is, that'll be very lucky. So step 1, okay, never admit guilt on the spot. You're allowed to have your day in court, okay? Every person who gets a speeding ticket, you're allowed to go to court to fight this. It's not a big deal. The judge won't be mad at you. Worst case scenario, you have to pay court costs and fines, which are like $30 plus the amount of the speeding ticket. So you don't have a lot to lose, but you have everything to gain. Okay, so the first step is always just go to court. The first time you go to court with a speeding ticket is you have a certain day, you're summoned to go, and all you do is say guilty or not guilty. On this day, you say not guilty to the judge. You don't have to wear a suit and a tie. You don't need a lawyer. That's all you're going to do on this day. And then what the judge does is he sets a next date for trial. This is where you're supposed to fight your case for the speeding ticket. Now, this trial date might be 2 weeks away. It might be 2 months away. It might be longer than that. I've had one where it was 6 months away. And the longer away it is from the initial date of the ticket, the better. Because with time, it heals all wounds. And by healing all wounds, I mean police officers forget, people don't give a shit anymore. And usually, 9 times out of 10, if you live in a busy city, they might just statistically award you the win rather than waste time in court fighting a stupid speeding ticket. So always go to court. And if you chicken out in the meantime before you actually go to the trial for your speeding ticket, you can always pay it. Worst case scenario, you get scared the day before, you can go pay it. So you lose nothing, but you gain a lot of time. But we're not gonna chicken out. We're both men in this game. We're in a battle arena and we're gladiators. And I'm not leaving until someone's head's decapitated and the crowd's cheering. Maximus, Maximus. Have you ever seen the movie Gladiator? Okay, if you haven't, it doesn't make any sense right now. Okay, so we didn't chicken out. We're gonna go to court. We're gonna fight this thing. We're gonna fight the system. Never take it from the man, okay? We have rights. So anyway, you go to court, okay? The day of court happens, you're gonna go. Now, there's 2 ways you're gonna get out of this. One, the police officer who wrote you the speeding ticket / citation doesn't show up, which you automatically win the court case. Now, every time I've won, which I went to court 4 times for speeding tickets, and I got out of 3 of them. The only time I didn't win is when the police officer showed up. If the police officer doesn't show up for the court date, you automatically win. tickets drop, you pay nothing, you walk out with a smile on your face, and you go to McDonald's to get some chicken nuggets. So if you're gonna fight your speeding ticket, always go in there with a backup plan. At least have some kind of argument as to why you're in court. You can always say, for example, one of the best ways to do it is, say, I don't think I was going as fast as the officer said I was going. I would like to know the last time that the officer's radar gun was calibrated, because I think legally every 6 months or every year they're supposed to get the radar gun, which is how they track your speed, calibrated to make sure it's accurate. So you could go in there with that argument and say, hey, can you show me actual paperwork the last time this was calibrated? Because I don't think I was going that speed. I'm not sure how fast I was going, but I don't think I was going that fast. And that's always kind of a valid argument. I've never had to use that. Now you're probably thinking to yourself right now, I already know all of that. I know I'm supposed to just go, and if he doesn't show up, I win. I know that, John. Now here's where the tricks of the trade really come in, okay? So let's say you get pulled over at night, okay? Late at night, maybe after 9 p.m., that means you're dealing with a third shift police officer, okay? And when do they usually schedule court? Well, they schedule court during the day. So let's say you get pulled over at night. You got a police officer, he's working at night. He doesn't want to wake up to go to court for some traffic ticket at noontime, because that's either when he's sleeping or that's his time off. And keep in mind, police officers don't have to go to court. Like, there's no obligation saying you have to be here or else you lose your job. They don't have to go in for a citation to fight it against the court. They can bail out. And that's how I've won most of my tickets, because I usually get my tickets late at night. I'm out going to Walmart buying, like, I don't know, Captain Crunch and Huckleberry Finn on DVD for some odd reason. And then I get a speeding ticket on the way home. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, I know that police officer is not going to wake up at 9 o'clock, 6 months from now, to go into court when he just gets off work. He's gonna go home and go to bed. So what I'm trying to say to you is, if you get a speeding ticket late at night, the better, because odds are the police officer will not show up during the daytime hours to come to court to fight you over a stupid citation speeding ticket. Now, the next step in my system of how to beat the man is always reschedule the court date, okay? What you do, for example, if you're supposed to go to court on August 24th, reschedule it to August 30th. What you're trying to do is make it an obligation as much as you possibly can to that police officer who's supposed to show up in court. Maybe he could make it on that day, but what you're doing is rescheduling it to a day that he might have a vacation, or he just doesn't care. He has a barbecue, at his brother-in-law's house. I mean, hell, I'm not going to go to court if I have a barbecue. I love hot dogs and, barbecue ribs. So that's what you're trying to do. Now, to do this, you call the court. You say, I can't make it on that day. I work that day. Can we reschedule a week out? And try to always call and reschedule a few weeks ahead of time. Any closer than that, they won't do it. Okay, so that was my advice to you. I hope that helped you out, or it might help you out in the future. Just always go for it. Always set that court date, and don't be scared. Go confident. So anyway, guys, look out for an upcoming live Q&A sometime this week. Very soon, actually. I'm getting the urge to do it. I got the tingles. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.